With two writs filed against Prime Minister and CPN Maoist Center Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal at the Supreme Court, Maoist leaders who are now divided into separate entities came together this morning to delve into remaining works of the peace process. Good evening, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Two writs filed against Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal demanding his arrest and investigations. Hearings slated for Thursday, Maoists warn of countering actions against peace process. Government remains indifferent towards border management. Challenges intensify in curbing smuggling of arms, ammunition and fake notes. National security at risk in absence of clear laws. Ministry of Finance without any leadership even when the national economy is in a sorry state. Experts call for serious assessment of fiscal policies. And Deepak Adhikari wins a historic gold medal at the Asian Cross County Championship. Nepal finished with 7 medals at the tournament. Two writs have been filed at the Supreme Court against Prime Minister and CPN Maoist Center Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal. Advocates Gyanendra Raj Aran and Kalyan Budathoki have filed the writs against Prime Minister Dahal, Office of the Council of Ministers, the Ministry of Home Affairs, the Ministry of Law, Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the Police Headquarters. The joint bench of Justices Ishwar Khatiwada and Hari Prasad Phuyal had directed for filing a writ against the Prime Minister. The writ has been filed against Dahal's statement where he had said that he would shoulder the responsibility of 5,000 among the 17,000 killed during the armed conflict. The writ has demanded arrest of Maoist Center Chair Dahal, investigations and actions against him. Communist leaders have been worried due to the Supreme Court's recent directive regarding the cases of insurgency era. Various Maoist leaders have been holding joint meetings after the Supreme Court, raising questions on the delay in providing justice to the victims of the insurgency era, permitted to file a writ against Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal. At a time when preparations were being made to file a writ at the Supreme Court against Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal, the leaders of 8 groups of Maoists held talks earlier today at the Prime Minister's official residence in Balwatar. The Maoist leaders have decided to move forward against the issue of peace process and transformation. The leaders that had subdued the country's peace process for the past 16 years have now intensified talks for the same. Maoists that are now divided into various factions have become weak. One of the obligations of the peace process is to ensure justice for the victims of the insurgency era. Maoist leaders have admitted that a delay in peace process has added complications. Various Maoist leaders have been busy with parliamentary proceedings as of late, while some others are opposing it. However, all the factions of the party are now in a weak position. The results of the November 20 elections had shown the decline in public support to the Maoist despite the federal government being led by the CPN Maoist Center. However, a consensus within the party is unlikely due to the leaders' contrasting political approach. The unity within Maoist Center could have been instigated by temporary enthusiasm and fear. It will be challenging for Premier Dahal to bring together Baburam Bhattrai and Communist leader Netra Bikram Chand. Neighboring countries always have their interest in cross-border crime and security. Nepal has beefed up security along the international borders with China and India. The government has assigned the responsibility of border security to armed police force. However, threats to national security persist because of lapses in management of the border. In such a situation, the government is yet to introduce an act related to borders. APF confiscated 4 sets of weapons from 4 Indian nationals entering Nepal from Mechi customs on February 6. APF had also taken control of fake bills of 400,000 Nepali rupees on February 4. In the past 4.5 years, APF has confiscated 140 sets of weapons from border regions. In addition to arms and ammunition, fake notes exceeding 40 million rupees. These data are evidences to increasing security risks along the border. 8 border out of 1,000 Armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 armed police force has installed 8 border out of 1,000 border outposts along the border with China and 220 with India. However, Nepal does not have an act with specific details regarding the rights and jurisdictions of security forces deployed for border security. Despite assigning the right for repair of border pillars to the APF, there is no clarity regarding the role of the Department of Survey and the Department of Immigrations. Interest has not been paid towards installation of CCTV camera and use of technology to monitor the cross-border smuggling of arms and ammunitions and explosives. Armed Police Force has presented a detailed plan to the government, but it remains ignored. In addition to the borders, there is no clear act regarding the security monitoring at the international airports. It is imperative to formulate clear clause as border management is a sensitive issue regarding national security. The government revenue collection is at the lowest of the 55 years. The Ministry of Finance is reducing the programs included in the budget as the revenue is not adequate to fund the remunerations of the government officials. Demand has reduced while the market is slow as imports have dropped as well. Even in such a situation, the government operators do not seem concerned. While the Ministry of Finance, which shoulders the responsibility of protecting the economy, is without a leadership, political parties are busy in calculations for power share. The NIPSE index, which had crossed 3,000 points on the 18th of August 2021, reduced to 18,046 by the mid of July and is yet to cross 2,000. In the past 18 months, investors have lost 1,624 billion rupees. Like the share market, the manufacturing sector is also in a sorry state. In such a situation, the monetary and fiscal policies of the nation had to be seriously assessed. However, economists are of the opinion that the lack of interest is concerning. The construction industry has also shrunk. Existing cement industries are not even operating at 50% capacity, while imports have reduced by 20%. Even the large banks are running short of investable funds, while business persons are protesting against interest rates. With increasing inflation, citizens with low income are struggling to pay the school fees. At a time when the nation is facing crisis, the government must have formulated policies and introduced plans for improvement. Former administrators have termed that keeping the leadership position at the Ministry of Finance vacant in such a situation the height of irresponsibility. International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, among other international agencies, have said that least developed countries will continue facing economic crisis until 2024. With the national economy and international scenario both in adverse situation, keeping the leadership at the Ministry of Finance vacant for a long period of time could do more harm. In our Public Voice segment, today we have asked people in several provinces regarding ways to uplift the national economy. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
सरकारले चाहिँ नीति नियम बनाउँदा भरपर्दो नीति नियम बनायो भने मात्रै हुन्छ.
ऋण लगानी गरिसकेपछि ब्याज दरलाई पनि घटाउनु पर्छ.
देशको जति अनावश्यक खर्चहरू छन् त्यसलाई तत्कालै बन्द गर्नुपर्छ.
पुराना कल कारखाना जो बन्द भएका छन् तीलाई चाहिँ नियमित रूपमा सञ्चालन गर्ने.
धेरै भन्दा धेरै आन्तरिक र बाहिरी पर्यटकहरूलाई चाहिँ हाम्रो देशमा ल्याउन सक्यौं भने चाहिँ
यो साधनहरूलाई चाहिँ हामीले विदेशमा बिक्री गर्न सक्यौं भने
भ्रष्टाचार र तपाईको चाहिँ अपुत सम्पत्तिलाई खोजबिन र त्यसको सार्वजनिक गरिनु पर्यो.
युवाहरूलाई रोजगार दिने.
केन्द्रीय प्रदेशका चाहिँ निकायहरूले चाहिँ जुन फजुल खर्चहरू छ त्यो खर्च चाहिँ नियन्त्रण गर्नु पर्यो.
हाम्रो देशको प्राकृतिक स्रोतलाई पूर्ण रूपमा प्रयोग गर्नुपर्छ.
बन्द भएका कल कारखानालाई पुनः सुचारू गरेर चाहिँ आर्थिक स्थिति यही वृद्धि गर्न सकिन्छ.
Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Before that, let's take a look at the result of yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked what should be done to prevent the shortage of chemical fertilizers. 24% voted for A, promote organic fertilizers, 62% for B, establish domestic factories, and 14% for C, facilitate procurement process. And here's today's question. What should be done to increase women participation in leadership roles? Your options are A. Proper implementation of laws, B. Increase women awareness, and C. Change in perception. Voting is on. Tap any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for sports update.
Sports news.
Deepak Adhikari has won a historic gold medal for Nepal at the Asian Cross Country Championship. Deepak won gold in the men's segment of the 10 kilometers race held in Gokarna today. It was the first gold medal for Nepal in Asian tournament as Deepak completed the distance in 33 minutes, 52.07 seconds. Daichi Kamina of Japan won silver, while Mukesh Bahadur Paul of Nepal won silver. Deepak had also won bronze at the 13th South Asian Games and a gold at the 9th National Games. Nepal also finished first in the team event of the category. The team included Deepak alongside Mukesh and Deepak Gurung. Iran won silver while India won bronze in the women's senior 10 km segment. Rajpura Pachai of Nepal won silver with a timing of 41 minutes 31 seconds. Yua Sarumida of Japan won gold while Sonika of India won bronze. Nepal finished second in the team event while India won gold. Meanwhile, Nepali young side won bronze in the junior men's 8 km event. India finished first while Iran finished second. In the women's junior 6 km, Nepal won 2 silver medals. The cross-country championship was held in Nepal after 22 years. A total of 11 countries participated in the tournament organized by Nepal Athletics Association. Four-time Martyrs Memorial A Division League champions, Three-Star Club, have been held at a 3-all stalemate by Friends Club. Despite finding themselves ahead in 3 occasions, Three-Star failed to protect their lead. Three-Star led in the second minute of the match through Martin Ajay, but Kushal Puyal equalized in the 14th minute. Lakin reinstated Three-Star's lead in the 24th minute, but Akrorbek Oktamov put Friends on level terms in the 43rd minute. Pradeep Lamsal put Three-Star ahead again in the 86th minute, but conceded in the additional time as Kushal marked his brace. With the draw, Three-Star have earned their first point of the league as they had suffered a 1-0 defeat against Kumaltar in their first match. Church Boys United have secured their second successive win at the domestic top flight A Division League as they registered a 3-1 win over Kumaltar. In the match played at the Anfa complex in Sadobato, Church Boys led the first half 2-1. Ashish Chapagai took advantage in the 11th minute following lack of understanding between the defender and goalkeeper. Arik Bista doubled the lead 7 minutes later. Mesuke Olomo scored a wonderful goal as he converted a free kick in the 40th minute to pull one back. However, Ashish marked his brace in the 71st minute, which helped Church Boys secure the 3-1 win. Papua New Guinea and the United Arab Emirates have arrived in Nepal for the last series under the ICC World Cricket League 2 tournament. Papua New Guinea arrived Nepal yesterday following conclusion of the UAE series. Meanwhile, the UAE, who did not do well in their home series, arrived today. Despite wins in the remaining matches, the UAE have lost the opportunity of securing a direct spot in the World Cup Global Qualifiers. The UAE have 31 points from 32 matches and are placed 6th in the league table, while Nepal have 32 points from 32 matches and wins in all remaining matches will secure their place in the World Cup Qualifiers. Up next is the weather update. That's all for the moment. Up next is news in Nepali. Good night.